Hello Man United fans. You are welcome to the home of Manchester United Daily News. Manchester United's David De Gea gives verdict on Casemiro red card after controversial referee decision. Story by Stephen Railston, Manchester United writer. David De Gea thinks Casemiro was unlucky to be shown a straight red card in Manchester United's match against Southampton. Southampton have sacked 2 managers this season. They are rooted to the bottom of the Premier League and United were expected to win on Sunday afternoon, but Casemiro was sent off in the first half and the complexion of the game changed. De Gea reflected on the draw after the game and he was asked specifically about Casemiro's sending off, which he thought was unlucky. Before the game, we wanted to win the 3 points but the game changed when Casemiro was sent off, De Gea told MUTV. It was very tough but I think the team did well. We tried to defend and made some good chances to win the game. But in the end, we have to take the point. The team showed great spirit. We fought until the end and we could have lost the game, or won the game, but we showed good spirit. The tackle was a normal tackle, he touched the ball. But his leg went a bit higher and hit the player from Southampton. I think it was a bit unlucky, to be honest. We had to suffer a bit. We had to play 70 minutes with 10 players but we showed spirit and kept trying until the end. It's tough to lose Casemiro for 4 games. It's a lot but we have a big squad, everyone is ready to play. The players from the bench did an amazing job. Everyone is ready and the players who deserve to play in that position will play good. But of course, it's a big miss for us. Manchester United manager Erik ten Hag criticizes Premier League refereeing after Casemiro red card. Story by Samuel Luckhurst. Manchester United manager Erik ten Hag criticized the inconsistency of Premier League referees after Casemiro was sent off for the second time in as many months. Casemiro was shown a yellow card for an overzealous tackle on Southampton midfielder Carlos Alcaraz in the 32nd minute of United's goalless draw. But referee Anthony Taylor was advised to consult the monitor for a replay and he retrospectively dismissed the Brazilian. The 31-year-old will serve a 4-match suspension as he had already been sent off this season against Crystal Palace and it will take the total number of games Casemiro has been banned for up to 8. Ten Hag questioned why Casemiro's challenge warranted retrospective action when Leicester right-back Ricardo Pereira's studs up tackle on Chelsea forward João Felix went unpunished on Saturday. Ten Hag did not rule out appealing Casemiro's red card. The Dutchman also felt United were denied a penalty for an apparent handball by Southampton defender Armel Bella-Kotchap from Marcus Rashford's cross. What I think is the inconsistency. Players don't know anymore what is the policy, Ten Hag said, and I think it's all across. We see it with Premier League yesterday. Leicester versus Chelsea, the VAR is not coming on the line. Today, it's coming on the line. And then it's 2 penalty situations, but they don't come on the line. Especially the first one, it was clear and obvious handball, so what is the policy? When asked if he had asked Taylor for clarification on the policy, Ten Hag replied, "Of course, we talk but not a lot, so some questions we have." There's another one. Inconsistent. The referee is coming in the start of the season with a policy. We are Premier League, it's coming strong here, we want intensity. Casemiro is across European games, over 500 games he never had a red card. Now he has 2. Think about that. He plays tough but he plays fair. And also in this, he's playing fair, same as against Crystal Palace, so it's very debatable. Everyone who knows something about football, you know, and of course, when you freeze it, it looks bad. But everyone who knows something about football, who was acting on top football, they know what is bad, what isn't bad and what is fair. And I tell you, Casemiro is a really fair player. Tough, but fair. Ten Hag also suggested the freeze framing of potential red cards took incidents out of context. When you do it like this you have to be consistent across all of the games, all of the decisions. And if they isolate one, it's a little bit the same as against Crystal Palace, definitely. When you saw that incident you should have sent off 3 or 4 players and not only 1 if you're really consistent. Ten Hag added Casemiro was not particularly talkative in the dressing room afterwards and was disappointed. Antony sends emotional message to Casemiro after Manchester United red card versus Southampton. Story by Jack Flintham. Manchester United forward Antony has urged Casemiro to raise his head after he was sent off during the Reds' goalless draw with Southampton. United had dominated the early stages at Old Trafford and were pushing for the opener before a moment that changed the complexion of the game. Just after the half-hour mark, Casemiro flew into a challenge on Carlos Alcaraz. Initially, the midfielder was shown a yellow card, but a VAR review led Anthony Taylor to the conclusion that further action needed to be taken. A red card was then awarded to Casemiro. United had to play an hour with 10 men, but due to this being his second dismissal of the campaign, Casemiro is set for 4 matches on the sidelines in the coming weeks. The 31-year-old was visibly upset by the red card decision, and Antony took the time on the pitch to console his compatriot. Following the match, the former Ajax man took to Twitter to send a heartfelt message to his teammate. He posted, "We will always be together, brother. Raise your head, we have a lot ahead of us." Casemiro's suspension won't impact next week's Europa League game, so he will be available for the second leg versus Real Betis. However, the Brazilian will miss the FA Cup quarterfinal versus Fulham as well as the Premier League fixtures against Newcastle United, Brentford and Everton following the international break. The Reds' draw sees Erik ten Hag's team extend the gap to fourth-placed Tottenham to 2 points. Alejandro Garnacho leaves Old Trafford on crutches after Manchester United draw versus Southampton. Story by Stephen Railston, Manchester United writer and Rich Fay. Alejandro Garnacho left Old Trafford on crutches after Manchester United's draw against Southampton. Garnacho started on the bench on Sunday afternoon and he replaced Jadon Sancho in the 73rd minute. He was soon forced to receive medical treatment after appearing to get caught between Kyle Walker-Peters's legs. The youngster attempted to continue and he returned to the pitch, but he was eventually substituted off with a minute of normal time remaining. He then headed straight down the tunnel and left the stadium on crutches. The extent of Garnacho's injury is not yet known, but Erik ten Hag was asked for an update on the player after the game. Ten Hag told MUTV, "Yes, he had a bad tackle. His ankle was twisted. I didn't take the risk and I took him off." Manchester United pay tribute to supporter Ian Sterling. Story by Stephen Railston, Manchester United writer. Manchester United have paid tribute to fan representative Ian Sterling, who has died at the age of 57. Sterling was a founding member of the club's Fans Advisory Board and a longtime member of the Fans Forum, and as the independent supporter liaison officer for Manchester United Supporters Trust, he protected supporters' interests. A statement from the club read, "Manchester United is profoundly saddened by the loss of our long-standing friend and fan representative Ian Sterling, who has died at the age of 57. Richard Arnold, Manchester United chief executive, added, "This is truly devastating news for all of us at the club who knew and worked with Ian. He was a towering figure within our fan community, loved and respected in equal measure. Ian was a relentless and unflinching advocate for the interests of fans, particularly match-goers, and we highly valued the plain-speaking advice he provided. We send our sincere condolences to his wife, Lynn, daughter Lucy, and other loved ones. The best tribute we can pay to Ian is to continue strengthening the club's commitment to fan engagement via the Fans Advisory Board and Fans Forum, and preserving the lines of communication and advocacy which he opened in his role as independent supporter liaison officer." MUST have also paid tribute to Sterling, writing, "Everyone at MUST is heartbroken at the news that Ian Sterling, our much-loved friend and colleague, has passed away. Ian was a truly great man. Warm, compassionate, generous and funny. As his closest friends and family will confirm, no one enjoyed a joke more than Ian, and there are few in our fanbase who have inspired such widespread affection and respect. For many years he has been at the heart of championing fans' interests. He served as our independent supporter liaison officer, directly helping countless fans in their dealings with the club and other football authorities, but his reach went far beyond that. He also served as our representative on the Fans Forum, making the supporters' case firmly and consistently. His stature with the club was such that in latter years he was asked to join the Fans Advisory Board, where he spoke truth to power, representing the interests of fans and our football club at the highest levels. It really is impossible to think of another United supporter who has done so much for his fellow fans. The tributes to Ian have been flooding in from all over the world. We can't really imagine our organization without him, but through the tears and emotion of today we are determined to continue his work to create a truly fitting legacy. Away from football, Ian was a devoted husband and father, and we send our love to his wife, Lynn, and his daughter, Lucy, and his many friends in Salford and Manchester and all around the world. Fans, This is the roundup of today's news. In this channel, you are guaranteed to get the latest news on Manchester United. So, if you are new here, consider subscribing. And please, share this video to other Manchester United fans. Thank you for watching.